The secret to an enjoyable trip is to avoid becoming caught up in crime or trouble.
También he escuchado que Japón es muy seguro.
Yes, Japan is safe, but with the Olympic and Paralympic Games Tokyo 2020 coming soon, criminals in Japan just might be lurking around in search of targets.
But since we're here, let's enjoy!
Make the most of your visit, but also watch out. Laws here may be different from your country. Follow the rules. Make sure that your minor actions do not lead to trouble. Allow me to give you some tips. Here are some tricks for avoiding crime and trouble.
日本是安全的，我很享受这次的旅行。
Still, don't let your guard down. Criminals could be targeting you in any town you visit. Be sure to keep a close eye on your belongings.
Hi, let's go there. Yeah, right here. Okay.
This is being far too careless.
Akihabara, where is Akihabara? Oh, yeah, there. So,
Nin!
oh, okay, let's go.
Yes, okay.
So let's check over there, right? The time. Let's check.
go.
Yeah, don't forget your bag. Don't forget your bag.
Keep your belongings close to you. Don't take your eyes off your bags.
So, which one? Akihabara.
This is another risk. You could be pickpocketed when distracted by someone offering to take your picture.
Hi, cheese!
Don't leave your bag open. But there are cases like this too.
Oh my God, my bag. Do you remember when I put in my bag? I said here.
The shop kept this bag safe. Many lost items get turned into shops and police stations. Don't panic. First, ask for information from the shop. Precautions can prevent many crimes. Have a nice trip. You need to watch out when walking on the street. Beware of bag snatchers in the streets. Avoid dark or empty streets. It's a good idea to wear your bag across your body. Keep your valuables on you. A lot of bag snatchers ride motorbikes. Hold your bag away from the road when you walk. Precautions can prevent many crimes. Have a nice trip. Tokyo is famous for crowded trains, which means watch out for pickpockets on trains. Be aware of people who bump into you. Don't leave your bag open. Bags which you can zip up are best. Watch out if you have a backpack. Your backpack's pockets are a prime target for being opened and pickpocketed. A large bag on your back can also be a nuisance for those around you. The best solution is to carry your bag in front of you. Precautions can prevent many crimes. Have a nice trip. The nightlife in Tokyo is great fun, but if you just randomly walk around looking for shops,
Well, how about Akihabara?
こちらお会計になります。
What? Look at this.
What? Oh
It's
my
too
God.
expensive. You must be kidding.
It's not no more.
払えって言ってんだよ。
そこの店なんだけど。
street hawking is prohibited. Just ignore them. If you go along with one of these street hawkers, you could be charged an unreasonable price. Some street hawkers pretend to be ordinary people. Even if they are friendly, ignore them. Just ignore them. Have a nice trip.
아, 배고파. 지금부터 식사하러 가는데요. 일본 음식 진짜 기대돼요.
But differences in customs can cause trouble, so be careful. You were just trying to be friendly. How come it caused trouble? Hugging and kissing may be common where you're from. They may be an ordinary way of greeting people. But here in Japan, hugging and kissing are not customary. Be careful because it could bother some people. Just settle for a handshake or high five. In public places like trains, Japanese people prefer to avoid making noise. Make sure not to be too loud. No! Try to understand these cultural and customary differences. Have a nice trip! In Japan, there are social rules about lining up neatly. Even if there are many cash registers, one neat line is kept. People step up to an open register when it is their turn. Things to keep in mind when on the train. Make sure not to block the aisle with your bags. No! On the train, try not to crowd in one area, and make sure your bags are not blocking the way. If they fit on the racks, please use the racks above. The key to a great trip is kindness and consideration. Have a nice trip. If you're going to enjoy sports and special events, here is something to watch out for.
Oh, do you have tickets?
These folks are scalpers who buy up, then resell tickets. They try to sell them at several times the original price. Do not buy from them. They sometimes sell fake tickets as well. It is also prohibited to sell tickets to scalpers. They will just resell them to someone else at an unfair price. Go to official websites and ticket offices to buy your tickets. Sports are all about fair play. Have a nice trip.
Vamos de compras con el pasaporte.
By the way, non-Japanese people also have to obey Japanese laws. And some of those might be laws that you are not aware of. When you go out, be sure to have your passport with you.
Excuse me.
Are you alright? Yeah, I'm okay, thank you.
Oh, please show me your passport.
Oh, passport, I don't have it with me. I left it at the hotel. Actually, I'm from England. Not now.
If you don't have your passport, you won't be able to prove your identity. Keep it with you when you go out. Nimpo! It is compulsory for you to carry your passport and any certificates during your stay. If a police officer asks you, you must show it to them. Be careful because if you refuse, you could be penalized or fined. Your passport is proof of who you are. Have a nice trip. You could run into this kind of problem in town.
Yes.
Where are you come from?
Oh, I'm from England.
I'm from Korea.
Ganja or ganja?
What?
Marijuana.
Marijuana is illegal in Japan. Never buy any. The penalties are severe.
No.
These other kinds of drugs are also prohibited in Japan. Stimulants, MDMA, synthetic drugs, heroin, cocaine, and LSD. you can be arrested simply for possession, and certainly for buying, selling, or using. Japan's drug laws are no joke. If you are in violation, it is considered a serious crime. As for bringing drugs into Japan, that is smuggling. Someone might ask you, please take this bag to my friend in Japan. There are cases of people becoming unwitting smugglers. Never buy illegal drugs. Never bring them into the country. Have a nice trip. If you want to enjoy driving in Japan, doing so without a license will result in a heavy penalty. Even forgetting to carry your license is grounds for a fine. To drive as a tourist in Japan, you will need an international driving permit. These are the requirements of a valid international driving permit in Japan. Be careful, a permit not meeting these requirements is invalid. Licenses issued in these countries and regions are also valid driver's licenses in Japan. But you have to have a written Japanese translation of the license as well. Please drive safely with a valid license. Have a nice trip.
The Olympic Games are coming soon. It's so exciting. But what should I do if something happens?
If you run into trouble for some reason, the Japanese police are there for you. If you visit Japan, you need to remember this. Here is a quick Japanese lesson. Do you understand these words? Let's start. Keisatsu,
Policía.
警察、
경찰,
Police.
and dorobo.
Ratero.
小偷、
도둑,
Thief.
In Japan, dial 110 to call the police. You need to remember this. What is the equivalent in your home country?
203.
110。
112,
911.
If a crime happens or you have an accident, quickly call 110.
はい、110番警視庁です。
Hello? Police?
事件ですか？事故ですか？
First, tell them what language you would like to use. There may be someone who can speak your language. Don't panic. Speak calmly. 110 is your safety number. Have a nice trip. Do you know what this is? If you have a problem, quickly visit the nearest police box, Koban. If you lose something, get lost, or are a victim of a crime, they can handle other kinds of trouble as well.
你好，我钱包丢了，我就刚才坐电车的时候。
It's all right if you can't speak Japanese. They will connect you with a translator who speaks your native language.
喂，你好，你好，我的那个钱包丢了，麻烦你了，一定要帮我找到钱包。嗯，谢谢你哈，再见。走吧，那走吧，我希望能找到。啊，这是我的钱包。是我的，对，是我的。
Someone has kindly turned it in for you. You can feel safer if you know and use Japan's reliable police boxes, Koban. Have a nice trip. Sorry, but ninja magic will not help you prevent crime or trouble. What will help you is following the basic rules, which is actually easier than ninjutsu. And you can also rely on Japan's police force.
자, 여러분 여행 준비는 다 됐죠?
这下可以放心了。
Let's have fun in Japan.
Voy a disfrutar.
Avoiding trouble makes your trip so much better. Have a nice and safe trip in Japan.
Let's enjoy Japan!